For literally my entire life, the inside of my head has not been a nice, safe, cozy place. I know it won't be like that forever, and it's definitely getting better, but the winter brings this combo of just like cold and dark and holiday pressure that just makes it all so much worse. But I don't want to spend a quarter of my life just like fighting this every winter and then another quarter of my life recovering from that every like spring or whatever. And since I currently don't have the funds to just fly away all winter every winter, I need to try something new. Sometimes you just have to act before you have feelings, and then the feelings will have to come afterwards. So to figure it out, I researched the top methods, tried all of them for a week, tracked my mood, and finally maybe figured out a way to deal with the winter. Winter blues is the catchier name for seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. The symptoms are pretty similar to depression, and in winter specifically, the changes often include oversleeping, gaining weight, having low energy, and changes in appetite, like lots of carb cravings. And I know I'm not alone, because 1 in 20 people deal with this, and of that, 4 in 5 are women. And so with all these people dealing with it, surely there's gonna be a nice, easy, like, procedure manual that I can just follow, right? Right? Part of the struggle with SAD is that there's no one thing causing it, but we do know a lot of the big factors, so in this video I'll be sharing 3 of the big ones. Alright, that's enough research for today, and the lack of manual is pretty disappointing, so since I'm already feeling low energy and exhausted, I'm gonna do the most accessible and easy treatments. So one of the big factors at play here is serotonin, which you probably already know about. It's a neurotransmitter that helps regulate your mood. And in the winter, when daylight hours get shorter, serotonin levels can drop too. Vitamin D helps your body produce serotonin. It's still unclear whether like just taking these supplements will fix SAD. I did see this research review where they looked at over 7,500 people and found that in people with major depressive disorder, vitamin D supplements helped reduce negative emotions. But again, no definitive research linking these supplements to seasonal depression specifically. Honestly, whatever. I think I'm gonna up my vitamin D dosage because people of color especially have a hard time like getting enough vitamin D, and on top of that, it's really hard to like overdose or get like a toxic level of vitamin D. The other supplement I looked at was St. John's wort, which is marketed for depression, anxiety, and sleep. Some studies show it can help, but it's not totally definitive, but there's a long list of side effects, including like being more sensitive to sunlight, and you definitely can't take it if you're like pregnant or breastfeeding, and I'm not trying to like get pregnant or breastfeed, but this was enough for me to decide maybe a pass on this. That brings my daily stock of vitamins to vitamin D, iron because I'm an anemic brown girl, fish oil for my hair and nails, Bacopa monnieri because there's been a lot of really good clinical studies showing that this really helps memory. And then about a month ago, I started taking these Bacillus coagulans, which is supposed to help support healthy gut. Back when I was taking like 1 or 2 supplements a day, it wasn't a really big deal to like open all these bottles, but now that I'm taking more, I find that this pill organizer is super helpful. I just kind of take like 7 of each pill and shove it in however I can fit it. And yeah, as long as it closes, that's all that matters. Next, I wanted to clean my apartment and create a winter nest. This wasn't like technically a mentioned treatment, but I just know and feel so much better in a clean space since I'm a person who's very much affected by my environment and what my environment looks like. I've had this like dawn simulator. It's essentially like an alarm clock that when you set the time, it slowly fills the room with light. And so I wake up to the like feeling of light. That said, I think I need more light. So I decided to get this light here. Light therapy is literally just sitting close to a special light box that mimics natural outdoor light, which seems to trigger changes in brain chemicals linked to mood. It's actually one of the first line treatments, and it supposedly starts working in just a few days to weeks. These light boxes are like 10x brighter than regular home lighting and designed to emit little to no UV light. It literally feels like a magical orb. I love that this bottom part isn't even connected here. Studies show that light therapy suppresses the brain's production of melatonin, which then helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle. There isn't like definitive research linking this to being an antidepressant, but it has been shown to help in up to 85% of diagnosed cases. Multiple light modes and a timer. Incredible. I'm into it. The design is very simple. It feels like a wizard's orb. Put this over here and it'll cast its healing vibes on me. And there's minimal side effects, and you just have to do it for like 30 minutes to 2 hours a day, so it's perfect to like reading or journal next to. Another big factor to consider is melatonin, the hormone that controls your sleep-wake cycles, and it's super sensitive to light. During the darker months, your body might overproduce melatonin at the wrong times, which totally throws off your sleep patterns and, let's be real, your mood too. I want to get like the most sunlight possible, so ideally waking up like a little bit before sunrise, which here in SF is 7:20 a.m. So working backwards from that, I want 5 REM cycles of sleep, which is 7.5 hours. and I want an hour to like wind down and journal. That means I should be in bed at 10:30 to sleep by 11:30 and then wake up around 7:20. Yeah, I think that math is right. Because the starting dose is 2 milligrams of slow release, this is the bottle that I got, and I'm gonna take it 30 minutes to an hour before my bedtime. And of course, good sleep hygiene is just as important, like consistent bedtime, regular exercise, calming nighttime routine. So maybe after I've done this for a few days, I can vibe check and see if I still need the melatonin or if I'll be fine without it. The third big factor is biological clock. Shorter days, less sunlight can totally throw this off, kind of like as bad as jet lag, except you don't get a fun trip out of it. Exercise is honestly one of the best ways to reset that clock. You get feel-good hormones, you get endorphins, especially if you get moving earlier in the day. But my problem is that my apartment is so freaking cold. Like, it is the same temperature inside right now as it is outside. And so when I'm like cuddled up cozy in bed and probably have a cat on me, I just have no desire to get out of the warm bed. I don't know, maybe I'll just like put on as many layers as I can, just like force myself. Or maybe I'll just wait till later in the day and go to dance. We'll figure it out. I was pretty excited about my self-prescribed manual to just get out of my funk, so it was relatively easy on day one to just get ready and force myself to go to an Inferno Pilates class. This was a rare day that I needed to get out of the house, and I knew it'd be hard to get the motivation to go, so the previous night I looked up something to look forward to, and I found this really cute coffee house. The decor was awesome, and I got this super delicious rose milk cake. Since I work from home and I'm a full-time freelancer, it's way too easy to just look up and suddenly realize I haven't left my apartment in 3 days. Whoops. I hung out here for a bit before heading to the last treatment I'm doing, which is therapy. I've already been in it for years, which is what makes it really easy to continue, because finding a new therapist would have been a lot of work that I do not have the energy for right now. Yes, I take off my shoes because you have to be comfy if you're going to process emotions and identify patterns and come up with personalized strategies. Therapy isn't a quick fix, but having a consistent support system makes it so much easier to go through tough seasons like winter. And that's all the treatments that I'm going to try. If you feel like I missed one, comment below what you think I missed or maybe I shouldn't be doing. But now it's just time to do all of these treatments every single day. It's the end of day one, and so far this has honestly been really easy. Like, the hardest part is getting out of this warm bed into like the coldness of my apartment. But I am feeling pretty hopeful for this experiment, because if I can just get the ball rolling, everything's good. So we're gonna do it all over again tomorrow. Good night. I really like the look of things hanging from the ceiling, so I put up this green ribbon while I hung out with my bestie and we caught up on life. So it's like 10 o'clock and I'm still in bed. And I feel like I already messed up the morning, so like, what's the point of even trying? This experiment is getting like harder and harder, and I just feel it like slipping back into the way I used to feel before the experiment started. Am I doing like too much, too little, not the right thing? Something needs to change. In the beginning, I was able to do all of this like so much easier. Why is that? I am feeling pretty hopeful for this experiment, because if I can just get the ball rolling, everything's good. That's it. I just need to have a big enough motivation for getting started. Time to journal some options for what would be a reason to get out of bed that's strong enough even for depressed Niba. This isn't a complete list, but it's not bad for coming up with it in 30 seconds. So let's try this approach. Doing the dang thing. Wow, okay, that truly made such a difference. Like, I'm sure that the vitamins and sun lamp and all this other stuff was helping a lot, but something about just like having momentum and then being able to keep that momentum really made it so much easier. So maybe it's about having something to look forward to and just being able to hold on to it, whether that is like gardening in the garden or painting or maybe even just watching my favorite show first thing in the morning. Why is my cat sleeping like that?
Thank you for letting me touch your tummy.
Winter and SAD have a way of just destroying my mood and productivity and even the way I see myself. But sharing this journey has helped me feel less isolated, so I hope it does the same for you too. Because like millions of people struggle with seasonal depression and we're just expected to like brush it off like it's no big deal when most cultures around the world had some form of like hibernation, reduced work, just like chill time in the winter. And now we're just expected to perform it the exact same way. So finding like little things to look forward to or tiny habits that make you feel better makes such a big difference. And if you made it this far, hey, my name is Niba, and these are my notes on my experiment trying to defeat winter depression. If you'd like to see more science-backed productivity, beauty, and wellness, you can check out my socials, and if you'd like to see my videos even earlier, you can check me out on Nebula. The links and everything are in the description below. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and if you didn't like it, you should still like it anyways. And that's all I have for you guys. I'll see you on the next page. But I don't want to spend a quarter of my life, so I need to try something new. Like vitamin D helps your body produce serotonin. Osmosis, please. I swear she's happy, she just has a little bit of resting bitch face. Okay, maybe she's not so happy with the collar on, but you need it for your health, girl.